Adrenaline courses through my veins as my feet rush over stones and tree roots. My footsteps race in tune with my heartbeat, my legs burning as I sprint through the forest, my eyes set on the course ahead of me. We run in the rain, we run in the wind, we run in the heat, we run in the cold, we run in the snow, we run in the hail. We are Umpqua's cross-country team, and being a part of this team has given me so much over the past 4 years. Running has been an important part of my life ever since I joined the team. It has not only helped me to become a better athlete, but also to become a better person. I have had so many incredible experiences that have truly influenced me and have built me into the person I am today. I first developed an interest in running at the end of 4th grade, when my sister Brooke joined Umpqua's small cross-country team. When she would train and go out for runs with my dad, I would often run up and down the street with them, and I quickly grew to enjoy the sport. I'd watched the team run at the meets and heard the many stories they brought home with them, and I soon decided that I wanted to join the team the following year in 5th grade. At my first practice, I could barely contain my excitement when I discovered we had our first meet of the season the next Thursday at Penfield Beach. After what had seemed like forever, the day finally arrived, my first race. Even today, it is still nerve-wracking to wait at the starting line among all the other runners, but this very first time I was extremely nervous for the race. However, when I heard the whistle blow to signify that the race had started, and I began sprinting through the sand, and I heard the white seagulls singing as they soared overhead, I knew, in that moment, that I would stick with the sport. But I wasn't surprised, I was hooked. Almost all of my family enjoys running as much as I do. Of course, my sister ran for Umpqua Cross Country from 5th to 8th grade, and we also just recruited my brother Michael, who did spring training last year and completed his first official cross-country season this past fall. Not to mention my dad, who has run 19 marathons, was a very serious runner for many years. Just look at his snazzy goggles. Although my mom is not exactly a runner, she has joined us in running some races. I guess you could say it runs in the family. Now, after 6 seasons of being on the cross-country team, I have made so many amazing memories. Whether it's making up songs about Papples, practicing TLS in the middle of a race, singing Miley Cyrus on the way up to Ridgefield, or stuffing our faces with donuts after running, I wouldn't trade any of these experiences for the world. Within this team are incredible friendships, and we all support each other no matter what. It's the best feeling when you're about to cross the finish line, and you hear the deafening cheers of your teammates and coaches, and suddenly, there they all are, sprinting through to the finish with you. Although many may think that cross-country is an individual sport, I've learned that it's impossible to cross the finish line without a team by your side. One of my favorite cross-country memories that truly shows our teamwork happened this year when we were waiting at the starting line at Ridgefield Academy. When attendance was being taken, each school would cheer whenever their name was called. However, when Umpqua was called, our team did not only cheer, but it was the loudest, most enthusiastic cheer I've ever heard. Now, although our team has always been loud, to say the least, it wasn't just the roaring cheer that gave me confidence. It was the spirit and the passion that resounded throughout the entire field. And it was just another moment that reminded me of how lucky I was to be surrounded by such a wonderful, supportive team. One of the most important things I have taken away from cross country is the determination to improve and how it has taught me to work hard. I've definitely had setbacks and results that I wasn't happy with, but the strong encouragement from the rest of the team has taught me to use them as motivation. For example, when I was in 5th grade, my best placement was maybe 50th. I was proud and satisfied knowing that I had done my best. However, at the championship race, I had seen a few 8th graders coming in the top 10 or 20. I was in total awe, and I kept telling myself that I would do that someday. That summer before 6th grade, when my sister, my dad, and I would go out for runs, I began to challenge myself because I was determined to reach my goal. That fall, I was shocked to place in the top 5 in my category at almost every race. I was overjoyed to see that my hard work had paid off, but I was still eager to improve. At practices leading up to the upcoming spring season, I really pushed myself, and despite having to sit out of a few meets because of a small injury, I ended up placing 3rd overall for my age group. I was even more surprised to learn that I had won the championship race out of 6th grade girls. This accomplishment pushed me to work even harder throughout 7th and 8th grade, and this past fall season, I placed 1st out of 8th grade girls at every race, which was something that I had never even dreamed of doing. However, I think I owe all of my improvement to my amazing coaches, Mrs. Pollux and Miss Barbuto. They were the ones who really helped me learn to love running, and I would never be where I am today without their endless support and encouragement. I also probably would have never even started running if it wasn't for my dad, and especially my sister. I also could not have done it without my mom, my brother, all of the incredible people who come to cheer us on at the races, and most of all, my teammates. We have all developed an amazing friendship, and they have helped me so much along the way, and I am so grateful. Being a runner has taught me countless lessons that I have learned to apply to my life outside the sport. After running for almost 4 years now, I have learned the value of persistence. When you're out on the course and you have 2 miles left ahead of you, it is crucial to keep going. I've had races where I can barely breathe, where my legs and feet are aching, where I have painful cramps from eating too many snacks on the bus. But, in spite of all the pain and struggles, I've realized how important it is not to give up. Not only to win the race or to get a good result, but also to become capable of persisting and to know the significance of perseverance in life. Whenever I see a huge hill in the path ahead, I tell myself, it's just a hill, get over it. Outside of cross country, if I see a hill or an obstacle on my path, I have learned to just get over it or persist through the challenge, whatever it may be. The other thing that has helped me in running a race is remembering to breathe. Well, obviously, everyone needs to breathe, but I found it helpful to focus on my breathing and take deep breaths, whether I'm racing up a steep hill or sprinting to the finish. Some of us actually have a saying that was said at this year's meet at GFA. Smell the roses, blow out the candles. This has helped me to remember to breathe when I run, even though I almost always burst out laughing when it comes to mind. However, while focusing on breathing is essential as a runner, I have learned to apply this to my daily life. Before those big math tests that I'm destined to fail, when I'm practically hyperventilating in the hallway, I remind myself to breathe, and it really helps to calm my nerves and tell myself that I can do this. In addition to persistence and composure, one of the most valuable things I have taken away from running is sportsmanship. When people hear the word sportsmanship, they normally think of helping someone up when they fall down and treating everyone fairly. While this is a big part of it, sportsmanship is more than just that. It means to support not only your team, but everyone, and to be proud of everyone, regardless of what the result may be. It means to have confidence in yourself and in your team. It means to not only be happy for others, even when they do better than you, but to also want everyone to achieve their goals and reach new accomplishments. Within our team, we are all proud of each other no matter what happens, and we always want everyone else to do well. However, I have found that it's important to make friends outside of my team as well. Even though I may be competing against other schools, it's nice to have someone at the starting line who I know, besides my own team. For instance, over the past few years, I have become friends with some of the other school's runners who run at the same pace as me during a race. While these runners also may be my main competition, an encouraging "great job" or "you're doing amazing," or even just a thumbs up as one of them passes me on the course can be truly helpful and motivational. Along with runners from other schools, my teammates are truly supportive on the course as well. Then again, there's always that one teammate that yells at you when you walk up a hill, which can actually be kind of productive if it scares you enough to keep running. But seriously, I honestly don't know where I'd be right now if I hadn't met all the extraordinary people I have through running. I have had many challenges throughout my time running, and I have had to work hard to overcome them. However, running is my passion, and although I know that there will be obstacles and difficulties along the way, I also know that I will never give up the sport, nor will I ever forget it. Finally, I'd like to leave you with an important message. You may not have discovered your passion yet, but just know that it is out there, somewhere. And when you find it, you may not immediately be great at it. You may think about walking away from it or giving up on it, but you won't. You'll learn to stick with it, and through hard work and persistence, you will achieve your goals. Because, as I have learned, it is not a race against anyone else, except yourself. Thank you.